Pence does the right thing, we win the election.
Are there any objections to counting the certificate of vote of the state of Arizona?
I, Paul Gosar, object to the counting of the electoral ballots from Arizona.
We will never give up. We will never concede. Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore.
This election were overturned by mere allegations from the losing side, our democracy would enter a death spiral.
The legitimacy of this and subsequent elections.
Chair declares the House in recess.
The scenes of chaos at the Capitol must end now.
Go home. We love you. You're very special. I know how you feel.
All right. Welcome to Black Hand Media's live first show of the year, and we're entitled this one, This is America. Now, from the intro, you can kind of see where we're going to be going with this. There's so much to unravel in that, just that piece there alone, so much imagery. We're just going to dive into it. So we got on our panel tonight, we have the messenger, we have Mr. Reason, of course, Karma's here, and Miss Whitsdom, of course.
Hello.
So yeah, everybody can unmute if you need to speak.
What it do?
So yeah, man. Let's get right into this. I want to do a little flashback really quick. January, New Year's of last year, when it was 2019, we woke up on the brink of fucking World War III and everything else. And then we had mass shootings. Walk to the summer. It was protests because people were tired of being in the fucking house because Corona hit in March. And then we had all this shit going on with protests of people dying. And of course, we've been dying. And then we moved down to the election, which we thought COVID was supposed to be over. We moved to the fucking election. And in the election, there's so much shit around the election that a lot of us didn't pay attention to. But it unraveled into this shitstorm we got in January 6th. So we have a lot to discuss in that timeline if you ever want to flash back to that timeline. But what a way to start our fucking year off. So let's get to the insurrection of the terroristic people who were really high up. They're not a bunch of shit kickers like most people thought. They were really, really high up in the food chain of education as far as intellectuals and high,
I'm sorry. Before we even go to the top, can we just talk about how these motherfuckers were able to get into the Capitol?
Sure. Okay. Let's start there. Let's start about breaching the Capitol. We all know that we, as a people of melanated skin, would not have breached the fucking first gate, let alone got to the door, without a bunch of us being mowed down. That's just protocol. But if you thought I was just spitting that shit, you can look back in the summer for the Black Lives Matter protests. In that, you saw the sheer force of the army if you threatened them. If you just show up and get out of line, if we did, as far as black and brown people did, then we would have a wrath to behold. We have an army to face. And the fucked up, mind fucking part thing about that is the army looks like us. You're making us face us. So, and we're just going to be peaceful. But you had this situation on the 6th unfold where it's okay, because boys will be boys, I'm assuming, that they were allowed, because we now have footage that they were allowed in that motherfucker. They kind of pushed their way through, but they were really allowed in there from my standpoint. Now, the messenger, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, because you may have seen other footage better based on what I haven't. But I saw them be allowed into the fucking building. They moved the gates, even though they were being rowdy at first. They moved the gates and let these people in. Now, how does a person get almost crushed in the fucking door when I think your command made you or had you to actually let these people in? So that's why I didn't hop in this first when it first happened on the 6th, because I knew there was more stuff coming out of that. And there were going to be a bunch of emotions and opinions. So, I really wanted to get into it. And if there are people in the comments that hear me talk and they feel like they want to address something, by all means, okay, come on. You're more than welcome, because this is a learning situation. The messenger, please enlighten us if you have something to say. Unmute yourself.
Before he gets started, I just want to point out the fact that the National Guard was activated after, and they brought 2,500 members after the fact, right? When they heard about the Black Lives Matters protests, just the adherence of it, they was already there before the crowd could even assemble. If you want to go back and talk about that portion right there, that it's just the presence of them even forming up a rally before anything had ever happened. That they're that threatened by us, but they just marched. These people just marched straight into the goddamn Capitol with no type of force pushed against them at all costs. You gotta unmute yourself, the mess. There you go.
All right. How y'all doing today? It's my first time joining y'all. I don't know exactly how y'all gonna take my point of views upon that, but I'm just gonna give it to you straight. So we're starting off with Papa Wolf. You were speaking about the officers letting folks through. Now, what we saw clear as day on video, guys waving them in on one hand, and also what you're seeing in other videos, officers try to keep them back. Now, what we have right there is two truths. And the reason why I say that, because you have a department, same as no more than Democrats and Republicans. I really would like to, before we get deeper into this, I don't want people to feel like I'm just going to bash the Republican Party, because I am actually a former member of the Republican Party. But what we've seen at the Capitol is what we call Trumplicans, if that's a term that y'all bear with me with. Now, let me go over this timeline real quick from the event of the 6th. Okay, so at 12:48 on DC down at the plaza, Trump tells this rally mob to go down there and so they can turn over the election, right? This is at 12:48. Now at 1:59, the mob, the rally, the protesters make it to the Capitol grounds. At 2:11, and that's what, another 12 minutes after, the first window is shown to be broken when they try to force their way in, 2:11 Eastern time. At 2:14, you see that black officer run. Have y'all seen the video of the black officer running through the hallway, which is very significant, and I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. Black officer running through the hallway. You recall that video, Papa Wolf?
Yeah, I did. I actually saw him running and holding off the whole mob.
Hey, believe it or not, it goes so far up into that, how people, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, I didn't want to speak on it at first until I got more information upon that matter. Now that was at 2:14. And also we're gonna go a little bit farther. I'm gonna cut it off at this point when it comes to the timeline. At 2:24 on Twitter, President Commander in Chief 45 Trump tweets, Mike Pence did not have the courage to do what should and have been done to protect our country and Constitution. I'm gonna end that quote right there. And also when they deleted that quote, but the thing that stood out to me was he didn't, at that point right there, he didn't give no signs, no orders to stop the violence, pull back, and things like that. We're gonna circle back to that. Now, in one aspect, we know you can't tell me otherwise. There was not sympathizer for the MAGA movement up in that police department, which allowed, helped, and aided, or just turned the blind eye to some of these supporters. That's one truth that's just undeniable. That's why you have some quitting, being arrested, and even suicides. We can talk about some of the MAGA members that was there that end up committing suicide. But you also had officers that was doing their sworn oath to protect. So what we have in this situation is two truths. Okay, neither one of y'all are wrong, and it's just all in how you look at it. You can't put all those officers and servants in that same mold. Now, what should and needs to happen is them to be ousted, plain and simple. The mayor called for troops back up and went to give from. This is what we know from reports from mainstream media, the Associated Press. The governor of Maryland attempted to make contact with White House officials, and after 2 hours of trying to communicate, because he had the guys on standby, soldiers ready to go, right? After 2 hours, finally from the Secretary of the Army, which technically does not have the authority to give this command, but he couldn't get no answer from the White House, where Trump was sitting there. Well, it was allegedly said from sources within the White House that his son was just watching it, in glee of what they have done. All right, so but
is it hard to believe though? That's not hard to believe.
It is not hard to believe. It's not hard to believe with his personality. Okay, so where do we leave off? Okay, so the threat, we knew the threat was coming. People had him on standby. Actually, the senator from Maryland had the governor's phone number, his personal phone number, and called. And that's how that call was made. And he immediately mobilized. But you cannot send soldiers from one state into another state without authorization. So that's why the hands was tied right there.
Right.
Okay. What else?
So you're basically what you're describing is a political breakdown of communication, two of the chain of command.
No, it wasn't a breakdown because communication was there. Senator, I'm gonna call her name real quick. She actually spoke with the sergeant of arms and Capitol Hill Police about it and requested for more officers to be there for. That's why the sergeant of arms and the chief stepped down. It's been found that she actually spoke with them, along with Benny Thompson, security. He's the head of Homeland Security Board and Commission.
Right.
You guys know that, right? Okay, so they made contact, and the office made contact with the sergeant of arms and the Capitol Police Department. Okay, that's two entities in reference to this upcoming rally. And this is a direct quote from that police officer, which she shared. There's no need to have. We don't feel that they're going to get out of hand. We'll try to get as many officers as we can over there. Mind you, that this department is 2,400 officers. They only assigned 30 officers to the Capitol that day out of 2,400 officers.
So basically, it was a setup.
Take it how you want it. Take it how you want it. I totally get it, but
I'm not. I want to take it how I want. Cause my discretion, me, I'm gonna say how I feel about it. But what do you feel about it? Because you said,
yeah.
Well, I would like for this matter and this investigation not to be a closed door session. So these traitors, I'm skip talking about protesters and patriots and rioters. These traitors, call them what they are. These traitors, insurgents, terrorists. On Fox News want to give them pretty names, and they ain't got that background of their loyalty to the country. No, they're traitors. As soon as they set foot on the ground and willfully committing treason, and some people want to put the argument up there. What's the shaman, the QAnon shaman? I was invited by the president, but did you see him lead the way? You dumbass. Well, I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to use profanity.
Yeah, you did. Hey,
Talk your shit.
I'm good with that.
Talk your shit.
Talk your shit. Bro.
Okay, so this dumbass and his defense lawyer, which is a very good lawyer, which actually gave him an opportunity to get off from the rhetoric that the president has been spewing over the past 4 years, actually 5 years. And if you goes back to some of the rallies, y'all, somebody just need to hit him in the face. Don't worry, I'll take care of your lawyer fees. His promotion of violence and things of that nature. And clearly in his speech at 11, and his speech at, hold on, let me get right here. At 12:42. 12:42.
One second. We had a question that popped up on the screen. It said, yes. Did the military really? Is it true that the military turned down? Well, they turned down military backup. Yeah, that's from the reports. Yeah. I think that's what I heard.
Yeah, I also heard that as well. They actually turned them down in reference to the president, because the president kind of called him down because he knew that this was going on. I felt that he knew that Pence was not going to back him in the things that he wanted him to back him in. And he kind of, instead of them bringing the military to fill those voids and those gaps of the lack of officers that was assigned to the building, you know what I'm saying? Being there was only 30 officers assigned, they knew they probably was going they was trying to get the military to deploy to the Capitol. And they turned them down. So that's why they were short staffed. If you know, the Secret Service wasn't even in the building.
Hold on, man. Hold on, bro. Before we even get there, man, we can talk these facts, but we're not gonna let's travel back in time. We dance around the fact that the government has always been fucking infiltrated by white supremacy. We've always known this. The fucking FBI did studies on it. We came across it. Black people been telling them for years about voter suppression, about what they're doing. Nobody listens to the fucking victim in the situation. Now we're sitting back as a people watching these motherfuckers do whatever, because all the insurrection is all about, just like their president, motherfuckers can't take losing. You every time you ask them, or one of the Trumpsters, why are you doing this? Why you think going to the Capitol was a thing to do? It's our last stand. Against who? Who the fuck are you standing against?
Themselves.
The reflection.
Fucking dumbasses. I'm gonna call them this. Look, Fox and all the CNN gave them all them nice names and shit. You call them traitors. I'm calling them motherfuckers peasants, because that's what they are.
I call them thugs.
Think about Mr. Reason, as ex-military, as a veteran, there were a lot of fucking military that was involved. There were a lot of fucking police officers involved. There were a lot of fucking just high class white people involved in this shit.
Privileged white.
And here's the thing about it. I don't give a fuck how long you serve. The lady that got shot, we gonna look the other way. You shouldn't have had your ass there. Wrong place, wrong time. We learned shit. Our fucking bullet ain't got no name on it. So use the wrong place, wrong time.
Can you now?
So,
go ahead. Papa Wolf.
Hi.
It's Harley 2.0. I'm just not in my account.
What's up, Harley?
I just had to interject. I just had to jump in real quick because, I've been seeing different things on social media where people were saying I should be sympathetic to the veteran, that lost her life. I'm just going to be realistic with you guys. The only one that I really feel sympathetic towards is the guy that was the Capitol Police. He showed up for work. He was doing his duty. He got blessed to death with a freaking fire extinguisher. So no, I don't feel any sympathy for her. She was warned, do not come in here. I'm going to use deadly force. And she decided she was going to try her luck. You know, y'all
Well,
remember that game show, Push Your Luck? She
but
pushed her luck. She went.
plays through the game. Gets
Well, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. Bear with me. I'm gonna tell you exactly what that is. That is from generations and time again, not checking these Karens. Let me speak to your manager. That mentality, let me speak to your manager. And I'm not gonna stop until doggone I call the police. That's that Karen mentality. And her being actually an Air Force officer retired, she should have known better. Because even when you get your DD 214, you're still under oath for recall, and you're still under oath. So due to the Uniform Code of Justice, she is by definition a traitor and to be stripped of all her military rank, honors, and benefits to come. She will not be doggone buried in Arlington National Cemetery.
I absolutely agree.
Hey, it's another one, and it's a Navy guy that's on there too. He should be stripped of all his things as well.
There's an Olympic swimmer. There's an Olympic swimmer that got caught.
Yeah. Oh, they should take all his gold medals too. Fuck him.
Right. But the argument is he wasn't representing because it was brung up during the Mexico Olympics when our brothers came up there with gloves in the fist and they stripped him of his medals, and they trying to make the argument for the Olympic swimmer. I got my laptop up. Well, actually, we ain't got to pull up his name. We know what the hell he's talking about. And how dumb can you fucking be? You're fucking like 6'6", 6'8". You towering over everybody, then wearing your fucking Olympic jackets. All these sons of bitches that dog won't sit here that got caught now. I was just caught up in the moment. The dude that was hanging off the Raptors, one that went up in there. I was forced into it. You sympathetic now, and you want to apologize. You're not sorry for what the fuck you did. You're sorry that your ass got caught. Period. So hey,
you see that?
Yeah.
These motherfuckers, and it's just a few of them. This fool taking out the damn podium. This one over here in somebody's fucking desk.
Let's talk. Hold on. Let's talk about the dumb motherfucker that tried to climb on the wall and didn't make it. Fell back down.
Man, look. I got some Latin friends, and they was laughing their ass off. You see that wall? Ain't like you're talking about it, huh?
Burnt that ass up.
I'm gonna tell you though, man. But the point I was making going back to the fucking 60s when we was telling them that this is white supremacy at its finest. Now this is white supremacy being birthed out. Now they're feeling like anarchy is the answer. And if they hollering, the first thing they have to holler on the 7th, Civil War. Well, if we think about history and what the fuck the Civil War was about, it was about controlling what? Black and brown people.
And let's not be mistaken and doggone continue this doggone false narrative of humanitarianism. No, they knew if they got the slaves away from us, and even Lincoln said if he could have doggone fought this war without freeing the slaves, he would have. So doggone hell, I send you an article and an essay upon that in itself. It was about economics, and if they can get the slaves away from them, they can control the money. And gonna get them to turn against. But of course, we had a bunch of Stevie Sambos and that sit there and want to fight for the goddamn Confederacy as well. But that's another topic in itself.
What you call them? You call them Stevie Sambos.
Yeah.
We see.
We have to look at all sides, man. Because if you don't understand that this is a warfare, and we are the spoils of war. You're gonna have to realize that the black people who gonna control the black world and who gonna influence that and make this, because whatever we do, we blossom the fucking world. We are the oil that keeps the motherfucker going. So they fighting over rights right now, mineral rights to us. And we sitting back watching. But the question is, what the fuck are you doing to get ready? Because guess what? When they done with each other and all this bullshit, we gonna catch that blowback, or at least they gonna want to give the blowback. Now, as far as fighting goes, that's just our fucking DNA. Blatant racism versus systematic racism.
Shit,
well, okay, let's go there. That's one of the things we brought up early. So the blatant racism, the blatant part of it is like, okay, every black person watching that shit unfold on the 6th was like, I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. They'd have killed us from turning on the street. How the fuck did they get all the way in the building?
Well,
but systematically, they can say, like you're saying right now, the messenger, they think they can say they're sorry, and all this bullshit gonna go away. Their felonies gonna go away. I was caught in the moment. You know how many motherfucking black people and caught felonies like, yo, dude, I was just in the moment. I was actually going through some shit under duress, and they still caught years and a felony. So why in the hell do they think right now, well, you know what? We gotta wait for that because this motherfucking country ain't failed me yet. I'm seeing.
Can y'all see that?
No.
That says FBI what? FBI warned.
FBI warned the white supremacy and law enforcement 10 years ago. And has anything changed?
Of course not. You know, when they used to kill black people in mass numbers, the FBI would actually come in and send down agents and numbers and really figure out what the fuck's going on. You know, but right now, when we were dying in numbers, they're not coming to figure that shit out. We're just stats. Show me out of all the fucking people who black people been martyred, and we like say their name. Shit, them stats, them fucking stats. So we sitting here, and I've seen some shit on the internet where they was like, "Who's next?" What the fuck? That's a defeated ass mentality. Who's next? What the fuck are we as a people? We're sitting back watching, but I was telling Mr. Reason earlier that while they're actually fighting for what they call democracy and all this other bullshit that they really don't believe in, and why they worrying about all that shit, we're waiting on a check. We're worrying about when we're gonna get paid. Where that stimulus at?
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna talk about.
But it's a distraction. So it's a distraction to what is really and truly going on, because guess what? You got to think about it. They tell you all they say it all the time. Money is the root of evil. Money will make you forget about a lot of shit. You know what they call money. They said power represents the same thing. So like, you know, nothing. We all know nothing in this world is free. So you know, this stimulus shit, man, people don't realize that you are actually already paying into the government for this. You know, people don't realize that. Like, if you look at your taxes, everybody wait to the end of the year, and you know, they get to the end of the year and they're like, oh, okay, you know, I'm gonna pay all these taxes in, I'm gonna get my taxes back. If you notice, the taxes that you paid in, you never get all of it back. They give you a certain percentage of it.
Unless you can keep
it. A lot of people lack the knowledge. I know motherfuckers who getting their money, but if you lack the knowledge, then of course I'm not gonna tell you what you really got. If you give me a number and it's significantly lower, you fucked yourself. I'm gonna send you the little money you asked for, and I'm keeping the rest. I mean, that's just business. That's business practice. But motherfuckers thinking, oh, we're gonna get this check. But notice they tell you that you gotta file that shit because it gotta be accounted for.
Right. It gotta be accounted for because they say
around.
You gotta stay focused, right? You right, Cherie. You gotta stay focused. If you ain't get no check, one, I don't wait around for that check because I already know how the government to fuck the black family and the black man already.
Well, I'm gonna also tell you.
Realistically, everybody was really like, oh, my stimmy stem, you know. But now those taxpayers, it's a delay on when tax time starts. I think it got pushed back to like February 12th by the articles that I saw.
Yes.
So, like, my question is, was it like really, really worth it? Like, I'm sorry, but as a person who lost their job in the pandemic and who has been on unemployment, $600 really did nothing. So I'm just being completely transparent or whatever. But like, we was really like, hey, I want my stimulus stem. My stimulus paid my storage fees, and that was about it.
But let me
And
explain
no
to
bills
you.
get paid.
But let me explain that whole thing about the stimulus though. You know, some people got it, and then some people supposed to get it by a certain deadline. The reasons for that fucking deadline was all smoke and mirrors. The government is a well-oiled machine, and it has a fucking playbook, and they know what the fuck it's doing. This ain't no fucking, we just off the muscle with that shit. No, they totally know what they doing. So the ones who didn't get it, some of them got a letter that said you're gonna get it on this day. And then a week later, they go, well, you won't get it if you don't get it by this day. You just can write it off and claim the shit. Again, it's all smoke and mirrors. Did you still get the money? No, but you'll be able to claim it when you come to your taxes.
Well, I'm gonna stop you right there. What people don't realize is that funky ass stimulus that they waiting on is pushing them into a different tax bracket as well. People don't understand that because the more money that you get for the stimulus, say for instance you got average person making like about $38,000 a year, you know, or they're making $40,000 a year. You know, the tax bracket cuts off at 40,000 or something like that. So once you get that stimulus add on, guess what it does? It pushes to the next tax bracket.
But you got some motherfuckers who ain't making that minimum tax bracket. That's why, you know, that's why
Right.
they're claiming that bullshit problem about saying, well, some people are quitting their jobs because the stimulus check or the unemployment is way more than what they make in their job. Okay, well, it's called a loophole, bitch. Get on your game. Get on
People been doing it for years.
Yeah, get right. When we do it, it's a problem. And that's another problem because there are way more white people on fucking welfare than black people. I'm just gonna put that shit out there if they didn't know.
I was just about to pull those numbers up.
Yo, so when they perpetuate that fucking story about black people being on welfare, no, motherfucker, them young people on welfare, some of us need the help because we getting kicked in the ass by the laws set up to make us jump hurdles. But you motherfuckers are on it way faster than we are. As a matter of fact, they're giving you more.
But you know what? That's what they do. They exploit the black families and the black people of this systematic stuff to where they feel like that we're more reliant on it, and we're not.
Well, I brung that up a while back last year, and I'll go pull back up the post I made about it. You got to, if you notice, and this is how propaganda works. The number shows that there's more Caucasian Americans on unemployment, on government benefits, and SSI. And that's the numbers. You can't dispute the numbers. But anytime you see it in an article, a newspaper, or on TV, they're gonna make sure they capture the African American, the Mexican American, and people like that. You know, it's shown one thing, but the numbers are showing everything others. And what happens because we have people in this world, and this is a quote from Martin Luther King himself: nothing in this world is more dangerous than a sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Because you're not going to have these people that's just totally ignorant because they don't want to read, research, take information secondhand. They're going to take what they see instead of what the dog going to go and find themselves as to be true.
Okay, can I play the devil advocate though for a second? Here
you go.
All right. Okay. So everything that we do as a people in this country,
You always the devil's advocate.
You fucking right. So in this country, black people as a whole, a lot of that shit becomes learned behavior. We kind of learn what our mom damn teach us and dad teach us, and we try to move forward. And that shit goes generation. Okay. The shit that you just read about what you just said about what Martin Luther King was talking about, that's the learned fucking behavior. You know that behavior is learned? Fucking church is where that's be learned at. Because you get secondhand information from the fucking pastor and you just go with it. A lot of motherfucking people don't research what the fuck they're talking about, or what they rather hear it and regurgitate than to actually find out the truth. And that's the fucking issue with these Trump people to me. They rather hear the shit, don't go no research basis, and go have copy some shit, get knocked the fuck out, and then be a victim. I have an issue with that because your president is fucking retarded.
Well, that's why we caught so much slack from our Proud Boys video. They refuse to believe that what we put on air is true. And I'm like, This is y'all. I'm looking at you. This is you out here doing this stupid shit.
No, but here I was enlightened today by a mentor today, and he was talking about Antifa, because Antifa is not a fucking group. Antifa is an idea. So if you're not against fascism, or you're against fascism, I'm not fucking the word up. But anyway,
I'm so happy you brought that up.
So if you're against fascism, you or not, you have to understand what the word is. If you don't have an understanding of the fucking word, you're really gonna look like a fucking idiot and everything else. But all this ties back into going to the Capitol and the military, because being proud military myself, I feel that all military that were involved, and law enforcement that were involved, should be no longer able to be called themselves a fucking veteran, because they walked into the Capitol with the fucking traitors flag. I'm sorry, the losers flag, because the South will not rise again, this bitch. And I don't know why the fuck they think they're delusional. I don't know how the fuck they think they're delusional to think that's gonna happen. But they walk into the nation's capital with the losers flag. Now, remember in 1967 or maybe it was 63, when the Panthers did it, what did they do to the Panthers? They hunted our fucking leaders down. They waged open war against them, and they labeled us as a fucking terrorist group. And I'm saying us as in a people.
Communists. Oh, not terrorists. They labeled us as communists.
Yeah.
But what were we doing what were the Panthers originally doing for us before they got caught up in their own
community? Protect the community.
Right. So we take care of ourselves, we're gonna get fucked. If we don't take care of ourselves, we're gonna get fucked. So they got a dick for, like in the military, we used to say Uncle Sam got that big dick for you. He got a big dick waiting to fuck you. Don't worry, it ain't free. Ain't nothing free.
Nothing.
So,
I remember reading that the Black Panthers, showed up to the Capitol, but but all the news articles made it seem like they invaded the Capitol.
They changed the law after that. And I'm waiting for them to change the law, because there were a lot of Caucasian people that's gonna catch fucking felonies behind this. And I want to see how the nation is gonna move forward with all these white people with felonies who can't get jobs, and this shit gonna hunt them for years like it does the black person.
Hold on, Papa Wolf. Hold on. The messenger, what are you showing us?
I'm showing you. All right, this man. If you're not historian buff like I am, Camp Auschwitz was a Jewish intern camp. All right, this guy's wearing a Camp Auschwitz shirts. That's where they killed and worked a lot of Jews, right? And on the back of that shirt, what they don't want to say, it said 1 million is not enough in reference to the amount of Jews that was killed. Now, this is from reported from NBC News. I just happened to find them right there. Did you know that CBS News and these senators, Republican senators, QAnon senator, I'm gonna call her fucking name, that want to bring the guns and stuff up in there, right? This QAnon senator said there's no evidence that there was a white supremacist in the crowd and things like that. Well, what the fuck do you think this dude is wearing and doing?
That boy was
they showed up with actual news.
She think he from Duck Dynasty, that's all.
You know what?
That's it. They see the beard, they say Duck Dynasty. Man, fuck them.
Yo, I don't get on with Trader, because as a black soldier, as a black soldier, I don't get on with the whole fucking I took an oath. And you don't get to turn that off for me, because I took an oath. And I saw the message.
What was said about Duck Dynasty?
Huh?
What was said about Duck Dynasty?
Oh, that guy that with the fucking shirt on looked like he from Duck Dynasty.
I mean, why he gotta be Duck Dynasty? He can't be from somewhere in Alabama.
Hell no, he from Louisiana. There you go with the defensive shit again. We ain't
well,
even
he
talking about
shaved. He shaved once he arrested. They want to shave and stuff like that and cut their hair, and try to say it wasn't. Which was kind of funny, I'm watching some mainstream tweets and some people that I know I'm still friends with, and as Papa Wolf, if you notice, I don't block folks from my page. I let people to voice their opinion. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings, but you realize what kind of ass you making yourself look like. But they went from being proud. Oh no, my bad. On the 5th. We're going to the Capitol. We're going to set it right. We're taking back what's ours. They only rented it. That was the 5th. On the 6th, we're here. We're making a statement. We're taking back what's ours, so on and so forth. On the 7th, when charges started coming out, oh, that wasn't us. That was Antifa.
There you go. There you go. But Antifa's not a group. Antifa's not a group.
Antifa's the idea. Even Trump supporters are falling by them storming the Capitol. They're declaring that the U.S. government is wrong, and they're anti-government, they're anti-fascist. They even referred to Nancy Pelosi and other members of Congress as doggone fascionists, fashion communists, so on and so forth, by their own words. So if you're standing against these people, which you claim to be fascist, communist, socialist, guess what? You're anti that, therefore you're anti-Antifa your fucking self, you goddamn idiot. Read a book. Oh my God, you can speak into Google. Let me jump off this mic.
But people won't do that because even though we're in a society where you can technically look in your fucking hand and get the answer, it's easier for somebody to actually take control of your shit, motivate you to do some dumb shit, and then you realizing that they're about to use Donald Trump as a scapegoat. That's why they're now hollering for pardons from their guy, because they were motivated by him, but they didn't realize he lost his job. They didn't realize that.
They don't care. They don't care. They don't care.
But here's the thing. Here's the magic of white privilege. Watch the motherfucking government spin it to most of these motherfuckers get off. And now it was like they're gonna pay. Now the narrative changed to, well, we're only going for the most violent ones now. Hold on. You got all of us. You got all of us. Now you're just going for the most violent ones.
Well, this makes me think, if they would raise that much hell over their president, you think back when Obama was president, he was on his way out the door. Now, I understand not everybody think that man was the greatest president. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about representation on this one. But imagine us acting a fucking fool like we went to the Capitol. We said, oh, hell no. Obama ain't leaving. What you mean?
Okay,
we just decided to go down.
There's common sense for us. Like, we as people know we're not.
You just know better.
There you go, right. We got fucking home training. We ain't gonna just go to nobody's house and turn their shit up like that without good reason. So, for me, just my point of view before people get mad about it, Black people know where we're not wanted, and we don't go where we're not wanted.
Amen to that.
That goes back to the statement made. It ain't enough of us here. We go to a party. Ain't enough of us here. We know better.
Hey, that's true. Hey, motherfucker, Black people, when we go to the Capitol, we take pictures from a distance. We don't even get close to the goddamn gate.
And that's what I try to tell people. The reason why it wasn't as many they talking about. Well, they let them did this and they let them did that on BLM march and things like that. You know what? First off, we didn't have to march for many years, so we kind of know the rules and protocols of doing things. That's another thing called organization, because that is briefings before we get out there. If you actually a part of these actual marches, I'm not talking about the anarchists, because you do have outside agitators come through there, but for the main body of the actual protest, it is organized. Look, we cannot cross this line, because we cross this line, we're on federal property. If you fall up on federal property, that is a charge in itself, and you do not want, it is commonly told, you do not want them to get a reason to doggone lash back out here. Whether from Huey P. Newton to Brother Malcolm X to Brother Martin, on up until the leaders today. But these Trumpians, they still think I'm going to see the manager. I'm not leaving until I see the manager, and so on and so forth. They get that Karen mentality, and they finally bit them in the ass.
But again, that's why I was going with it. You got the entitlement, but you're gonna watch the government help them out because they was under duress. They didn't understand what they were doing. They were following the president. Well, he's not gonna get any fucking real issues. He's already been impeached twice. He don't give a fuck about that. Like that whole impeachment thing, I was like, yo, for real? Like, he don't give a fuck about that.
And do you think he's really gonna pardon all those people?
He ain't got a job to pardon him.
I'm gonna tell you why he's not gonna pardon him. Because, and he's talking about pardoning him and stuff. If he pardoned him, that means he gotta admit guilt.
Yep.
And his ego won't, just like doggone, he's not finna take a pardon for himself. Dog, people talking about, oh, he's going around pardoning himself. That means he gotta admit he was wrong and guilt himself.
Well,
Come on,
he can't pardon himself. That's why
technically he can. There's nothing that says it's not. But the problem is that means he will have to. He'll officially have. This is the process. So for a pardon to occur, now he can't future pardon himself for future crimes that has not been committed or charged. But doggone, there's a lot of back table deals that have been made. He go ahead, have one of the Supreme Court judges that's already been that you. If you notice, he doggone stack the deck. Get them, go ahead, get the charges and stuff brung up. Plead guilty to him, then doggone, and which I doubt Mike would do it at this point, because Mike Pence just seen this man, just some folks over there to have him killed, which we got to talk about that too.
I don't know.
But there's nothing saying that he can't pardon himself.
This is the same man that's trying to pardon Kodak Black and Lil Wayne. So I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: he can't pardon himself because just like you said, the charges haven't been brought up yet. They're gonna prosecute him once he steps down from the chair. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, he was gonna step down for them to prosecute him, so Mike Pence could pardon him. But being that that didn't happen like that, he basically called Mike Pence a bitch to his face. That's just
a pussy.
Yeah,
not a bitch, a pussy.
The same motherfucking difference. Bitch, pussy, they all in the same goddamn category to me. So he called him a motherfucking pussy, a bitch ass nigga to his face. So Mike ain't gonna back him up. So guess what? His ass good as grass when he stepped down. That's why he's not gonna be there for the inauguration, because they'll arrest his ass at the inauguration.
Also, those
hold on to that thought. You said he called him a bitch, a pussy, and so on and so forth. Hold on to that thought. Now, remember I was talking about that timeline, right? And we're speaking of that black officer. Information has gotten out. The information has got out in videos, and they confirmed it by the videos. When he went up the steps, right, and he looked to his left, then forced back down the steps and made them follow them to the right. It made them follow him down the hallway to the right. You okay? Yeah. And y'all remember that part of the video when he went up the stairwells and grabbed his baton. He looked to the left. You see down the hallway, there was an open door. Guess who was in that room? Mike Pence, his wife, and his child. Yep. They're in that open door. And he took them away from him. Video, timeline, and all that shows. The vice president was down there, and that man took him away from the vice president and other members of the chambers.
Right. He did. He led them away. He led them away, and then he led them to where he had backup.
And
exactly.
So what? What they gonna do for him?
So
they gonna
not a motherfucking thing, because most of them trying to say he was a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Not the black officer. The black officer. No. I'm talking about the black officer.
Well, I'm talking about the black officer, because I'm gonna tell you like this. I seen it, because I'm on a lot of different social media.
Oh yeah. They trying to twist the shit.
They trying to assassinate his character, because they're trying to. I seen it on LinkedIn. They was like, he's no hero, and I was like, how is he not a hero when he clearly led them away from people to try to
that man was generally frightened, but at the same time he was doing his job.
Right.
And guess what? He didn't shoot one of them because he was fearful for his life.
Well, hey, because that's why I said they could have called me a spade as a spade, because I'd have popped all the ass.
I'll let your ass in the rest of y'all.
Now, did y'all catch the report of the officer that was down on the ground in his statement? And he went over the terror he'd been through. Men that I hadn't been involved shooting, I understand where he's coming from. Now, they was to the point that in his statement that he did, they recorded it and all that stuff. They was pulling off his badge. They was telling him shoot him with his own gun. So what we're trying to do is put both hands on our guns and roll over. And he's like, man, I really thought about shooting these people, but he knew he couldn't take them all. So he's like, he tried to appeal to their humanity. I got kids. And then he advised that several people in the crowd sort of huddled over him and got the folks away from him to his party. His partner made it there and got him away. Now, hear me out right now before we be judgmental. Now, once he got away, and the news anchor asked him, "Well, how do you feel about the folks that actually helped you?" And he was kind of hesitant at first, but then he's like, "Man, I appreciate you. You helped me. This is this white guy. I appreciate y'all helping me and everything, but fuck you for being there." Right? So how do y'all feel about him?
Okay.
He was telling the riders to fuck them for
Should
being
he
there.
have shot? Yeah, the riders that helped him and everything. Mind you, these are some they advised some of these officers that even though there was Republicans and Trump supporters, they still held up to their oath to do their fucking job. You know. And everything, and people like, well, nah, he must be with him. He should have shot. I'm like, whoa, you must never been in a goddamn ride before, or a 200 kid brawl at one of the parks down there in Greenville and shits like that. You know, there's a certain level of chaos that, you know what I'm saying. If you totally outnumbered, sometimes it's best to let that shit go. Protect your face, protect your neck and your six.
Right.
I'm gonna say something, and it's not gonna be popular. So, yeah. While I am grateful that they spared that man's life, and in his mind, he knew the only way as a white person to go to their humanity is to scream, "I got kids. I'm a father. I'm an officer. I have kids." But I grew up in a place where that shit didn't matter, and some motherfuckers didn't make it. I could be morbid, but I'm just saying. I'm glad he got away as an officer, as a person trying to do his job. He shouldn't have even been overwhelmed like that, because the military, the fucking police officers have military backing, or at least military toys. And if they were properly staffed, that wouldn't have been an issue. Because I also saw a video where they held one down and they was whooping his ass. With
the thin blue line flag, the American flag, crutches, his own, and he suffered a stroke.
You know who else they did like that? People they label nigger lovers. They fucked them out.
The Freedom Riders.
Yeah, see, all this is just history, and most people are not paying attention to fucking history. Like, okay, it's all reversed because they fucked us over. Now they're doing exactly what we're doing. Taking from history, doing our playbook, showing that they have no consequences, and that's the fucking blatant part about it. We can't cough in this fucking country that they fucked us for years, and they get to do all kinds of outrageous shit that we wouldn't even dream of, and there will really be no consequences or repercussions. They're showing force in the Capitol right now with 20,000 fucking soldiers. Yes, but you think so that means to me, I feel like they're acting scared. Because why would you show a 20,000 people? Really? 20,000?
No, not 20,000, 25. You got to add the extra 5 onto it, because them motherfuckers really scared.
Well, on Friday, yesterday was Friday, right? Yesterday, I got a news notification saying, "Hey, we're shutting down the state capitol. Don't even bother coming this way. It's a wrap, fellas." So I guess they are.
We spoke to a person in DC, and they said you can't get nowhere. Anything in DC is shut the fuck down.
Yeah. I watched someone live who lives in DC, and she was like, "Bitch, I can't even leave my block."
Yeah, my cousin, he works in the Pentagon, so you know he already know. Yeah, everything's shut down, man. They ain't doing nothing. They told him don't even come to work.
But here's an even better picture, but it got me hyped than a motherfucker. And I'm just gonna put it out there. The fact that they are planning to just, jump in everybody's fucking capital, I am excited because that's a little more closer to home for me. Because Austin ain't fucking far.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. Me personally, I don't think they got no faith in the motherfuckers, because you got to think about this, man. They not gonna come to these states that's open carry. If you notice, they in all the states that are not open, in all the states that are not open carry. They are in every last state that's not open carry. They whooping people asses. They doing whatever the hell they want to do in the states that are not open carry. The states that are open carry, they staying the fuck out of. Georgia is not an open state carry. So guess what? That's why they went to Atlanta.
Right. And I thought of the same thing yesterday. I'm like, these motherfuckers ain't coming to Texas. I mean, they're already in Texas, but you're not going to start anything because here we shoot back. So
get their ass molly whopped in this motherfucker. They know motherfucker gonna gun their ass down back. I mean that's like a vice lord going into a hood for gangsters. It's not fucking smart. It's not logical. It's not gonna happen. Motherfucker ain't that damn stupid. So it's easy for them to jump out and say, "Oh, we're gonna invade the fucking Capitol." Because guess what? Nobody has a license to carry there. They can do what the fuck they want to do. Them goddamn police officers, the ones that infiltrated and they turn their back on the motherfucking citizens and their Constitution and their oath. Guess what? Them bitches gonna have to pay the piper sooner or later. Because motherfuckers know who they are now. They've been tagged and recognized.
And this is not a time where we use street code for these thugs and ruffians. Okay, these fucking treasonous ass people need to be snitched on. They need to be snitched on. And so it's snitching all 2021 on all the motherfuckers that went on the Capitol.
Hey,
FBI.
You know what?
If any member of the FBI is listening to the show, let me explain something to you. All you got to do is put the right amount on the bag, and black people are gonna be finding these motherfuckers for you and snitching.
Exactly. Fuck a stimulus check. Give us a good dollar sign.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you like this: 5 bands will get a motherfucker knocked off. Real shit. 5 bands. That's it. They don't even care.
Now, remember they hunted Christopher Dorner and they put a number on his head.
Man,
They hunted him and they put a fucking bag on him. The department put a bag on him. It wasn't even the department put a bag on him.
Look, I know this is on the same subject, but man, did y'all see the video with the woman they were talking about they maced her and she had an onion in a towel wiping her eyes?
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
They're saying that she's a paid actress.
Boy.
I was like, well, that's horrible. You got the onion right there.
No type of camera effects or nothing. God damn it.
But it was a lot that happened, man. Like after they stormed the Capitol, there was something that I don't know if it happened before or after the Capitol, but this white chick got punched in the face.
Oh, that girl lost her job over that shit, man. And she was off duty.
That video. Yo, she was on code. Oh, that lady tried to snatch her phone and she hauled off and cold cocked ass, and I don't like it.
Listen, that lick was so motherfucking solid.
That shit was perfect. Busted that bitch's whole nose. Like she had it everywhere.
She had that motherfucker dripping.
But did you hear what she yelled? That it was a black girl. It was a black girl. But after that, Black Lives Matter hit you? How the fuck that happened?
Right.
Like, did you hear the guy? The guy was like, and that's the perpetuation of the bullshit, right? So there's always somebody in the crowd that really want to get at black people, but they're too pussy to do it. So they try to perpetuate it with their numbers. But let me explain something to you about your numbers. We done trained how to fuck up numbers on our own people. Don't think you're gonna walk in our hood with numbers and not get your ass waxed.
First of all, why they didn't arrest the man that swung at her and hit her? Because the man, after the fact, the dude came and hit her after the fact that they tried, when they start before they start spraying the mace. You know what I'm saying? So he should have been arrested for doing that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking for that video. Y'all keep talking. I'm looking for that video.
Yeah, but they don't talk about how you know what I'm saying, like how that transpired, and she lost her job over that, and she was off duty. How you lose your job off duty?
How you fire your day off, Craig?
Right. That you
Are you speaking about the security guard that punched the white girl?
Yeah, she was off duty, and she got.
I'm gonna tell you exactly how. In union contracts and contracts, law enforcement and security, they have social media and publicity off-duty policy, and if you're found while in your uniform or a representation of that department or business entity, and found in an unfavorable light, even though we clearly saw Karen gonna try to smack her phone about destroying her property, trying to attempt to destroy the apartment and assault her. And she was just acting in self-defense. She wasn't in militia. She didn't continuously try to beat her ass, just gave up, back up off me. They found her in violations of that. Now, is it right? Legally, yes. Is it morally right? Fuck no.
Well, she socked that ass, but that was a solid ass.
But her daughter, her 18-year-old daughter that put on blast on Snapchat, that was the hilarious part.
Yeah, she put her whole family out there because her mama was there, her auntie was there, and her uncle.
I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
I'd rather be judged by 12 than cold cocked in a whole crowd.
Did you realize what happened though? This is what transpired. She tried to assault her. She jawed her ass. Well, she mouth shot her and nose shot her ass. I had her shit leaking. Lumped up and leaking real quick off one leg. And then immediately, those fucking guys, he grabbed her and walked her ass to the police like she was a 3rd grader. That shit had me tipping.
Hell yeah. I was laughing at that shit too. Like, she did it.
Quick.
She did it. She fucking hit her. Hey, that's just like raising your hand and telling the teacher she did it. But the other dude that was standing beside the girl that got smashed came over there and swung and hit the girl.
No, I swear to God, I thought I saw the girl that was leaking. She swung on her. She came back over and tried to swing.
No. Yeah, she did that too, but it was another guy that swung on her too.
Damn, I'm looking at the video.
Man, hey, Karen got that ass.
Man,
here's the secret. Here's the unspoken thing that needs to be said about our people. It ain't the men you gotta worry about when y'all start that shit.
It's the women.
I'm just gonna tell y'all. We'll fuck y'all up as men, but it ain't the men y'all gonna have to worry about.
Boy, Jackie stole her ass hard.
Her name what? Jackie.
I don't know her name, but I'm gonna say Jackie, boy. Jackie stole her ass hard. Hey, that
man, she looked like a teacher.
Bro, listen, that was one of the most solid licks I done seen in a long time, bro.
It was the perfect connect.
She didn't step in it or nothing. It was just solid, just
that's the thing I like to call off the muscle. Shit, that was off the muscle.
Off the fucking muscle. See, look,
that was better than Adam Sandler throat punch.
Man, look. Hey, she knocked the meat straight off the bone with that bit.
Man, what?
Yo, but you know that I'll give you this about our people. When we show our ass like that and some injustice happen, we support the fuck out of us then. We support some bullshit. Because she stole her ass, lost her job, and had a GoFundMe. And that motherfucker
a whole GoFundMe.
It's well over the limit.
Man.
Y'all ready?
So that's what I say I love about our people. So maybe I should start knocking out motherfuckers so I can get a little raffle down on the money.
Hey, start Kimbo slicing bitch.
Right.
I'm gonna just cough on motherfuckers.
Hey,
may
God rest his soul.
Would you rather take a cough or a bullet? Which one?
At this point, I might survive the bullet, but that cough shit just hurts first.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Bitch better not cough on me. Oh my God. I'm gonna fucking lose it. Do you hear me?
Here's the video. Hold on. Here's the video.
Listen,
it took 3 of them. They walked over there. But see, here's the thing. How do you realize something's going on that they got in front of yell at you and you almost let her get rat packed by the fucking mob?
Right, and you seen the dude swung on her after the girl tried to come over. He swung on her right after.
He must want that motherfucking right then, because she sure got enough for both of their head, bro. I'm telling you.
But
like,
listen, she hit the girl so solid. I'm talking about, that was just a straight right down the pipe. Nothing else. It was raw and uncut.
I gotta play it again. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Bomb right down the pipe. That bitch, hey.
She probably said, it looked like she said bitch when she hit her too. I'm just saying. When she hit her, like say bitch right when you see the lick, and watch that, because she was taking her head left, right, before somebody said like whatever, nigga. Then motherfucker looked at her and saw she swung, and he like bitch. So she hit her, it's like the lick sound like smack. Like damn.
That's right, Indigo. She got wrecked.
Hey,
Indigo. Hey, getting racked must be a Dallas term. Like, okay.
Bruh, listen, that shit was so solid. It didn't make no sense, man.
Yo, man. Hey, and guess what? It wasn't a lick then. It was the aftermath of the lick for me. Like, she was trying to have an interview and immediately after getting her ass wanged on like that. And her shit was like leaking. Like, damn, bro. Like, oh, you should walk off. Your shit was out of it. The black girl hit me. Black Lives Matter hit you? Yeah, they're protecting them. Wow. Damn, that's how Rosewood happened, right?
Oh, gosh. Well, we're gonna take you want to say something, Mr. Teresa? Oh gosh.
No, hey, what y'all saying now today? These days it was the lick for me.
Oh
shit.
Boy, you terrible.
Oh my God.
We're gonna go to a quick intermission. We got a funny intermission. We hope you laugh because we all need a laugh. And we'll be right back. Okay.
The hell.
Don't laugh at me. I'm still laughing at old girl getting rocked.
Man, I'm trying to find that TikTok video so I can send it to you, because you see her, she's pointing out, Uncle such and such, ain't that you? Mama, ain't this you? Oh, so y'all don't think that that's my mama? She pulled a picture of her and her mama like on some fishing trip stuff like that. Didn't you tell me Black Lives Matter? I can't go there. But you want to sit there and tell me you going to Auntie Web the hell because she's sick, and lie to me like you're going to take care of Auntie and you down there with the foolishness.
Oh, fuck shit. Like these damn videos. Hold tight. Because I ain't shit.
It's movie time. Pick a movie to describe what happened on the 6th or directly after the 6th. I'll go first.
Kareem brought him to my attention. We got 300 people working for us at all times. I can't keep my eye on every single one of them. You was taking care of business.
If I was what? If I was what? Say it again. What'd you say?
Nothing.
That's what I thought you said. Because that's what I got right now. Nothing. $1 million a week business. Reduce the fucking rebels. What? Huh? Nino. Huh? It's your responsibility, huh? Nino! I never liked you anyway, pretty motherfucker.
Baby, I'm not even here. I'm a hallucination. Move around. Move around from my page. Stop giving me bad news trying to get me locked up again. It ain't gonna happen.
Totally insane. They pushed me out and maced me.
Man, what the fuck? Hey, the busted video did it for me, bro.
Oh, and everybody, the messenger, that was his TikTok video up with
the Nino
Brown. Hey, you might have some issues with that, boy, because I don't know, you gotta make sure you get the copyright together with them, but that shit was on spot on as far as the citizens, because Trump don't give a fuck about the citizens. But I wanted to jump on the point real quick, just to, from a soldier's point of view. The 6th really showed our, not just black people, but it showed our fucking the country's and the nation's enemies how easy it was to come in at our front door. It really was like blood in the water for me, for letting just that shit just showing like a weak point in their security. Now we spend fucking millions and billions of dollars on defenses, and they let these good old boys, fucking Proud Boys, fucking Trumpians, all these fucking thugs, treacherous motherfuckers,
neighborhood peasants, goddamn it.
Right. Run into our nation's capital with little to no fucking regard, right? So guess what? They just set, it's just January. They set the tone for some bullshit. Because after we done fucking them up and fucking over them, you can rest assured we're gonna have some bullshit at large. Because there's always some bullshit around the corner that we're not paying attention to.
Something like that.
Well, the inauguration is what, in 4 days?
In 4 days, and they're so fucking spooked. They're so fucking spooked about what could possibly happen during the inauguration and before the inauguration. So how the fuck are we showing that we're solid as a country, as a nation, and they can't handle these murderous ass white people?
Well, they look like them, so you know.
Well, if you think about trainings, because they like to bring that shit up too, when you're dealing with trainings in law enforcement, most time the targets are black. You don't go shoot no white fucking targets. You're not trying to shoot white people. It's just conditioning. It's all the fuck that is, but you don't know that unless you've been behind the looking glass, or unless you know something about it. So for me, it goes deeper. You know, as a soldier, it goes deeper. Our enemies just saw you attack one of the supposed to be most fucking secure buildings that we have.
Just walk right up in there.
And
with all the security.
I know ushers will whoop your ass for trying to come in the door of the church. So
you could interrupt the pastor, doggone.
You understand? So there's so many things to uncover from it. Like how you say you can respect rank when you have past military who are lieutenant colonels who are actually doing treasonous acts. But then you know what I'm saying? Like that breaks down so many moral codes that you thought you was supposed to aspire to, and these motherfuckers will go, well, I'm white and I do the fuck I want. So that don't apply to you.
What?
Oh, you go ahead.
But I covered this already. This is that I want to speak to your manager, Karen type. I'm trying to tell you. If it don't go your way, it's not made your way, whatever the case may be. But skip that. How about this right here? Them are the same people that said, if you don't like it, just leave the country. Go back to where you came from.
Well,
how about
this bullshit is a melting pot, Messenger. It's a melting pot. You know why? Because you got Asian people who follow Trump. You got Hispanic people who follow Trump. You definitely got black people who follow Trump. Because on the day of the storming, there's a motherfucker in a bubble jacket and a hat.
Whoa. Stop. And I'm glad you brought that up. So I don't know if you've been noticed this. They finally found one Black Lives Matter supporter, and they broadcast that. Oh, we found one. See, Black Lives Matter was that one guy. He's a videographer. I'm gonna go. I'm outside. I'm gonna go back to my notepad, pull up his name. But he's a videographer. He was charged too, true enough, and he said, "Doggone hell, I'm there to capture the stuff." And of course, doggone, he had that world star mentality. That's what I saw from him. Yeah, go ahead, do that. You know, instigators. You know, we had instigator wolves in high school, right? Two folks about to fight, and folks that had nothing to do with it, didn't have a dog in the fight. What do? Fight. And that's what he was doing. Now, as far as those Trump supporters, I'm not gonna say all black people are Trump supporters. They're voting in their interest. Huh? They know they can make money off of this guy.
What about those two?
And it's easier to make money off of hatred than it is love, unless you're in the sex business. But anyways,
there you go.
Wait a minute.
Don't do it. Hey, flag on play. But do you know?
You know why strippers don't have any air conditioners?
Why?
Strippers don't have air conditioners because they only have OnlyFans.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's a bad market nowadays, man.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Oh, hell no. That shit
No.
corny as hell. Fuck.
Hey, listen, bro. That was funny. Fuck that. That was funny. Listen.
Hey, it was funny. We was corny as fuck, man. Ain't no way.
Hey, I got it. But y'all, there are two black guys, and they're known Trump supporters. Now I don't know if they do it for their channel, but I can't stand these motherfuckers. So, bro, like
those twins.
Yeah, those twins.
Let me guess, the Hogan twins. Hogan.
Man, fuck both of them dudes. Sideways on a sad Saturday while it's storming. Fuck them dudes.
Yeah, well, you know, they can go ahead and support his ass. Make sure they bail him out of jail
But
too.
you understand that's the same mentality brother Malcolm X talking about. Those kind of motherfuckers, right? Like the fucking mentality is fucking crazy, because then I saw a picture with one of the Proud Boys, his wife, in that whole situation, right? With the lady, and I think there was a picture of her being in the arms of a Klansman, and I'm looking like, how the fuck does a black person get to that point in 2020? He's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get there? Well, 2021, but how do you get there where you are married to a known racist, and you know that this motherfucker hates that very thing that covers your entire existence, which is your skin?
I'm so glad you brought that up. I'm so glad you brought that up. I have a huge issue with that.
How the fuck?
And she's pregnant by it.
And she's pregnant. Yeah.
How the fuck did we get there? Like, ain't no black man hurt you that motherfucking bad to where you goddamn it you just abandoned all hope.
Now, see, here's my thing. Interracial dating, like, that's a whole different topic. We can, you know what? That'll be a whole another topic. But I don't have an issue with interracial dating. I have an issue with you dating outside your race, especially to this man that is not a fan of your race, and then you try to make babies with him. The fuck are you doing?
Well, but here's the thing. They went by saying mixed babies, shit that shit. But here's the thing, bro. That's not what it is. It's like chess pieces. Like if a white supremacist, there's property and motherfucking chess pieces, right? So you a bed wench. We understand that because you hate your own fucking people. You hate your own fucking people. So therefore, we already know your role. We understand how to deal with you.
Right.
When you are procreating, you're not giving that fucking blank slate of a child a fair chance at life because you're fucking poisoning them because you have that fucking Stockholm syndrome shit going on with yourself. And it's just my again, I go back to my original question. How the fuck are there women in 2021 walking around with that fucking mindset?
They Monica Lewinsky's, bro.
Ain't no dick you can suck that motherfucker where
some of these women just want to be loved so bad. That's what that is.
That's Monica Lewinsky, bro. She just looking for her way to make it to the top, bro. That's their way of that's their way of wanting to be loved. They Monica Lewinsky and they ass to the top.
There gotta be a backstory. I'm gonna have to research that shit. That gotta be a backstory.
You got to think about this. And you think about those black women that was supporting Trump at his rally and all that shit. Man, they was sucking his dick so hard at the rally. I was like, man, what the fuck, man?
I never found those women funny.
What's her name? Peaches and Cream, Pearl, and what's
and Ella Miss Ella, get the fuck out of here. Miss Louise, yeah, hell, get their ass up out of here.
Master calling, baby. Go on to that podium and talk for them. Go on now.
Hey, and if your ass would have been from another country, you'd be ready to deport you.
Well, since we talking about them two motherfucking Eminem before shot, we can go ahead and bring up the motherfucking pastors that try to pacify black people.
Diamond and Silk, that's their name.
Okay, Diamond.
First of all, who the fuck named their children Diamond and Silk as women?
Child, you be surprised.
That's the actor's name. That's those characters, because them hoes ain't really like.
They actually have a podcast.
Stop lying. Really?
I would rather watch motherfucking paint dry and eat hot cat shit with a ninny while doing it.
I'd rather try to eat water with a fork. Try to do that bullshit.
Like, fuck out of here, but I'm saying, man, it's really, really hard to see your people in a state of array to where you know that's a barrier for our unity as a people, because you always got them bootlicking motherfuckers like that really come into play, and they gain power, or they're put into positions as, so to speak, gatekeepers, but they really to pacify you on what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. So it's really fucking disheartening all the way around. But I'm just sitting here waiting on the motherfucking show, as you showed in the meme with the popcorn, with all this shit on the fold. That's gonna be me sitting back waiting, because I wish a motherfucker would.
Hey, and I like to say for the record, man, I mean, I don't change for nobody, but no offense to you Indigo Blues. I wouldn't talk about your daughter. I'm talking about them old motherfuckers.
We were specific on them fake lace front wearing motherfuckers, like those, yeah, them.
Yeah, so I mean, you name your daughter what you choose to name your daughter. I ain't got nothing against that. I'm talking about them old church hat wearing wig motherfuckers.
Well, I'm sure she has home training, and she is an amazing person, because those two women are not.
Well, I don't even worry about them, because that's a whole other topic about bed wenches, and I don't even want to go into it, because that we're talking about America right now, and how that America basically has always failed black people. And then when I tell you what I can't stand, is really irritating. Black people like, well, something better than nothing. That is such a fucking defeated mindset to hear that shit. Like dogs getting scraps. That's real fucked up. Well, they getting us a little something. Well, money's a blessing. They blessed again. It's a blessing to get something. No, it's not.
But listen, what they fail to realize is that when they pass these big ass bills and stuff like that, they are giving all the money to the white supremacy owned businesses, bro. Like Ruth Chris. The first stimulus, bro. People don't realize they gave Ruth Chris $25 million. Why did he need $25 million?
How did the LA Lakers, and believe me, I'm a Lakers fan, but I'm still trying to figure out how did the LA Lakers qualify for the PPE loans? That's $1 billion
but small
corporation.
businesses, but small black businesses were getting rejected.
Look it up if I'm lying.
Hey, some of them didn't even qualify for the $10,000 loan, bro.
For the grants or nothing. No, they fucked them. And just talking from a business,
and then
they fucked a lot of people. They
And then
fucked a lot of the small businesses.
right, and
That
then
way.
the grant was supposed to be in you wasn't even supposed it was supposed to be in a grant to where you didn't have to pay it back. They're making those people pay those grants back.
So yeah, so it's really hard to trust the system when you see them. And once you sign, they'll go back and try to change the inner workings of the lease and fuck your shit up. But haha, you got me fucked because I can read. I know what I signed.
Well, my dad always told me that the system wasn't designed for us. So find my own way, figure it out, and yeah, don't rely on the system.
What we're looking at, Messenger. And
we can't see that shit.
Yeah, I can't see that shit, but you on mute like a motherfucker. So unmute so we can.
I said the LA Lakers. This was the article posted by ESPN, April 27th, 2020, right? And how they was eligible and accepted that PPE loan because their businesses was less than 300 employees, and they paid their employees 75% of their salary.
Well,
but yet moms and pops couldn't make it
at all. There were so many disqualifying fucking criteria, and they wanted you to be so many times business. I mean, how much a certain revenue to qualify for shit. It was real a lot of fucking shit that was made easy or explained to be easy, but when you got into the form, it was a lot of shit that disqualified you based on just trying.
Hey, Indigo, I'm sorry, Indigo. What she said that is exactly what they did. They made the grant. You apply for the the grant that you wasn't supposed to pay back, and they turned it into a fucking loan.
Yeah, and gave you an outrageous
interest
amount
rate
of time to pay it back.
Damn! Wow.
Yeah, they turned the grant to a loan and gave you like some shit. Like if you got let's say you got 10 grand, you gonna pay 10 grand back, but they give you 30 years on the 10 grand.
Mm-hmm. And a crazy ass interest rate.
Yep. So you'll be better off just paying the 10 grand off, because I think they was like giving you a year or something without any interest, and then you can go ahead and start making a year without any payments. But they gonna have to extend that shit too, because people that little money they gave some people without shit.
But they gave Rue Chris $25 million and didn't even have to pay it back.
That is insane.
25 million out of that $2.2 billion that was pushed out to small businesses and the stimulus. Rue Chris got $25 million.
Rue Chris, like the steak place?
The steak place, the hotel, yes.
Wow.
$25 million. He gave it to him in a check in his hand. Like he needed that money.
And I didn't get no part. Like I think Cherie said it. I didn't get stimulated at all. Goddamn it! I'm just gonna say I didn't get the first one or the
Hey, they want that motherfucker on your taxes so you can so they can push you to the next tax bracket, because you know some people borderline.
They got a real one fucked up.
That is wild.
But you know what though? But you know what? They don't know if you got the shit or not. So you can go in there and say, "Hey, yeah, I got my stimulus."
I didn't got that. They said I've gotten something, but I guarantee I.
But you know what? They even so look. This is so crazy. They even put a spot on the goddamn form now. It's just for the stimulus. That's what
Hey guys, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, hey, let me have the floor for a second. Now let me put y'all up on game. All right, if you got a pen, piece of paper, or a laptop in front of you, write this down real quick. HR 748. What that is the CARES Act, right? That was brought into legislation on the 116th Congress. When do you think? And that's with the stimulus, the PPEs, and all that stuff, right? Okay. Type down his website, congress.gov, or you can go to departmentofjustice.gov and type in HR 748. It's going to pull up the CARES Act. Why is that important? If you research when this act was done, remember the coronavirus we first people that's news buff like me. We first kind of heard about the coronavirus down in November, December. You had a cruise ship.
Yeah.
January, okay, it's a corona thing. February, we got issues. March of 2020, everything shut down. That's the timeline. This thing, keep track of the timeline, right? We all in agreement that's pretty much the timeline, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So after March, after the shutdown, January, February, March, April, we started talking about, well, it's shut down, we need to give people money. So around March, April, May, then checks started going out. Y'all remember that, correct?
Yeah.
That's in 2020. Who got the laptop in front of them that can type in Google HR 748 CARES Act?
I'm on the phone, so no.
Yeah, I'm on the phone too.
Okay, well, I just read it to you. You know when this bill was originally sponsored?
2019.
January 24th, 2019.
Good. I'm good with that. Woo, I'm good with that.
Now think about that. A full year before the coronavirus hit and thing like that, this bill was already sponsored and put into got to rolling. I got the complete timeline from who sponsored and things like that. The Corona Act, it was nicknamed Corona Act, which is HR 748. It was no more than another government bailout for banks and businesses that they had already started beforehand, before we even got to this point.
Hey, so
here's the fuckery. Now, this is from the U.S. government, Congress.gov. This is not from no conspiracy website. These are public documents that you can find on Congress.gov, DOJ.gov, and things like that. Now, let's talk about that.
Talk about what? The fact that they gonna fuck you on the money? Because that's what I was alluding to. The blessing that black people.
You talking about fucking on the money? I'm talking about how this shit was planned beforehand.
So look,
yeah, but it's all shit planned beforehand. Like, so what is your take on it? That because another thing that was coming out of this whole situation on the 6th was the fact that they were trying to make the stock market crash, and there was gonna be some bullshit with the stock market. They were trying to cause total anarchy.
So I'm gonna tell you like this. Not only that, man, they have been asking for this coronavirus since 2006, bro. It was put out. They was asking for this virus. They couldn't perfect it to where they can make it deadly.
I think I said on the last show
because they used to be in cows and stuff like that. So that's when they came up with all that mad cow disease and all that extra shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to figure it out.
But I said on the last show, we as black people, we speak too much about certain things when it comes to us in warfare. For instance, when the coronavirus hit in March, right? What happened? White people were dying. White people were dying from the shit in groves, right? And black people like coronavirus. Oh shit, that we ain't got shit to do with us, right? Because it really wasn't affecting us. And then all of a sudden, they went. It seemed like they went and tweaked the motherfucker, and then it came back, and then black people and everybody with melon started dying. And then here comes another report: if you have Neanderthal in your blood or your bloodline, then you're probably going to be affected by coronavirus. Neanderthal.
Hey, what you call said it's been on the can.
That's
since
true.
1997.
Hell yeah!
Rudy, I remember that live. I remember you showed us that. Yep.
You can pick any can up, and you will see it because the one coronavirus is different. There were different strands of it, and there's different effects of it. So it ain't no new shit. There's a new virus.
But see, that's what I'm saying. The coronavirus been in the U.S. from what they said they perceived it since 1980 something.
But you gotta think about it. They got it right. They got all this shit. None of this shit is coincidental. All this shit is on somebody's timeline. All of it.
Right.
Like in the coronavirus shit, ain't nothing but a new way of playing around. Okay, cool. Guess what? We're in a pandemic. And they always perpetuate the fucking story about the pandemic. But it's like, well, the Republicans want to give you this amount. They don't care about you. We're trying to give you this. It's like all this shit feels like a big bait. Fear. You fear because you're not gonna have no red-blooded, hot American motherfuckers in the house. They're gonna revolt because that's what these countries were built on. Fucking revolting, theft, and blood, all that type of shit, right? So You're not going to get that out of them. So what you got to do, you got to produce fear. You produce fear because it's for your own good. Because for your own good, you need to stay in the house. Help your fellow man be okay. Because if you go out there and cough on him, you might not have to worry about you because you might be strong, but you might be killing your grandma. Things that appeal to you. And then as soon as the election comes, fuck grandma. We out here in these streets. They're trying to steal the country. All this shit is nothing but motherfucking smoke and mirrors for a bigger motherfucking picture of control. You have to look at all the fucking signs that are coming. Yeah, everybody needs some help. The money going, we need a little money. Okay, now you're about to get a president. We already know he won. We got a pandemic that has 3 more new strands than pop the fuck up. 3 more new strands and counting probably.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. So look, and a lot of people they talk about how they was like, oh, Obama didn't help the people and stuff like that. Man, when they try to push out that strand of Ebola, bro, he shut that shit down so quick. He said, fuck that. We not having that shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And people don't realize that, Obama didn't do nothing for us and he didn't do this. He did a lot. But you got to think about it was overshadowed by the fact that Congress and shit was doing all this other bullshit under the table.
Mitch McConnell said himself. He intentionally blocked everything Obama and smiled about it. Whether it was good for the country or not.
I wanted to take note of the comment on the screen from Indigo. Then those of us that know herbals that will kill it, they post on it and the post got deleted. Because I reposted something about various herbs or various natural remedies for a common cold or things of that nature. And I would say later on that day, I could not find that post at all. So,
I'm gonna tell you that's not new to me, Indigo. That's not new to me that they always hunted motherfucking holistic people who don't want nothing in the world but for the world to be balanced. Okay, so that's not fucking new to me that they took out Sebi and other people greater than that. You know what I'm saying? Just on the level of we just trying to heal the world. So
well, that goes back to John D. Rockefeller. You got to realize, and we can speak about this offline, and maybe we should bring it up in the show. When it came from natural healing, John D. Rockefeller changed natural healing to petroleum-based medicine, and there's documentaries and reports and essays written about it, how he shuffled money to industries, educational industries, as long as they taught his form of medicine, and that's how we ended up getting away from the common what you can call it shamanism, home remedies, or whatever the case may be, which is actual better for the body with none of them side effects to petroleum-based medications. And we're gonna talk more about it offline, so we can actually do a show about that when it comes to natural herbs and today's modern medicine and how John D. Rockefeller did that.
No, because we're not our ancestors. I saw that message for Indigo. No, we don't go underground. That we're not those ancestors that are outnumbered. Every day, people are waking up to understanding of health and mental awareness. So no, we don't go underground. We just supersize ourselves and motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Whether you want to or not, because I'm gonna heal me and I'm gonna heal mine because that's our tribal nature. And for the most part, holistic don't mean that we won't beat your ass. I need people to understand that. Like, I got a lot of aggression problems. So don't think because I say peace and love and peace and blessings that I won't go put a piece of motherfucking hands upside your ass.
Like, no blessings. These
like you look yeah, I give you a piece, all right, 2-piece motherfucker.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't ever let an elderberry. Here's the thing. I used to go to churches and they used to give out elderberry. They used to give out elderberry drinks just because there was so many elderly people in the church. Mm-hmm. They would give out elderberry drinks to boost their immune system. And as a kid, who fucking knew? I was drinking that stuff. Fuck out that shit.
Boy, that shit great. It tastes like grape juice, boy. We was killing that shit.
Sure did.
Hey, asking for some more. Can I get another one?
Right. Now, every time there's a scare, there's a shortage of it. And guess who they have to call after that? They have to call the holistic people who fucking naturally grow it or they have access to it because the stores run the fuck out. And when you got people trying to teach you, like the person that put in comments of Fundy Fee, Master Fundy Fee, she grows things organically, so you can have these things. But guess what? She teaches people to grow shit. You think they hear that shit? Nope. You know what they do? Turn a blind eye. I can't find no vitamin C. Well, bitch, you picked up a book and read what else produced vitamin C and D and everything else under the fucking sun, you'll be okay. Like the sun gives you certain vitamins. But we don't think about that. We run out after Walmart, CVS looking for pills and powder. That sounds like a drug addict to me. Like that's what I'm saying, because people think, okay, I'm gonna go to Christianity for a second. In the Bible, Jesus was like, they never accepted what Jesus said because they thought they knew him because he was from Jerusalem. Oh, well, we know where the fuck you from. So you ain't really all what you say you are. So you can't really heal people. You can't really do all the shit you say. We know who your mom and dad is. That's on Christian shit. So you can only expect how you have, well, damn, I had coronavirus and I worked X, Y, and Z. Here's the science behind it. This is also the workings of these herbs. Here's what you do. Nah, motherfucker, you ain't finna fucking voodoo me. You know how many times I've been turned away from helping people because I use different remedies, like what was it? I was giving people. I was telling them to sing in the morning to break up the chest cold, laugh a lot to break up the mucus in your chest so you can breathe right. Just simple things without taking fucking medicine. And motherfuckers talk about you ain't voodoo me, you ain't finna fuck me up. But you got a motherfucker.
And I'm just like, laughing is not voodoo, baby. That's a natural thing.
You know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers in a lab coat, and you ain't never seen no credentials.
That's right, man. That's right. That's right.
So, hey, motherfuckers don't realize this too. You know what? They used to have. So look, you used to have a abundance of castor oil and Jim Brown.
Oh my gosh.
I don't trust old people who gave me castor oil. I just don't, because if you knew the type of shit that did to your stomach, I ain't never want no D-money shit like that ever in my body again. I'm just gonna put that out there. Fuck castor oil and the makers of it.
My mom and dad used to give me prune juice, castor oil, fish oil, all of that.
Jim Brown, all that shit. And I'm telling you, that shit used to, what you don't realize, that shit used to clean you out, it used to get you, it used to help your immune system and everything, bro. Yes. Like they don't sell that type of shit no more. What's the other shit called? The little candies, the little damn, I can't think of the motherfucking name.
Like the caramel candies?
No. They was called fuck. They started with an H, like Jorge's or some shit. It was something.
What was it?
It started with an H. It's like I don't know.
This is true.
I take a walk every day.
Yes, vitamin D, and is essential. And if you have melanin in your skin, you really should actually go and just recharge in the sun. But people don't tell you that because that sounds like it's sun worship. Well, motherfucker, you go into a building on Sunday ritually. You're more of a witch than I am. I'm just gonna put it out there. You're more of a witch than I am. You go to a building on Sunday, every Sunday, ritually, and you do the same shit, but you never learn nothing. You only get something regurgitated. Yeah. But anyway, that's another topic for another subject, for another day. Because I'll come at you hard. Just know.
Go ahead and get this religion topic out the way so you can get that off your chest, because baby, it is there and it is dead in your chest. We need to get that.
I'm gonna say it like this. So we get back to people walk around with soft skin, and especially Christians. And if your God is so fragile that they send you to me to come battle like I'm the forces of evil, I'm gonna tell you off top, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna tell you off top.
Oh my!
So come to my stream. Just come in peace and love, like your your Jesus said you're supposed to, because God is not synonymous to Christianity. So we gonna leave it there.
Oh,
you don't want to come here and get ate up.
Papa Wolf.
So,
Papa Wolf.
Hey, I just want to state this, man. Oh, I'm just mad we had no music artists today. I was looking for some music today.
Oh, well, let me find one and we can play it on the way out. How about that?
well, it's okay, man.
That'll work.
I understand, man. But America, to me, has never been a home. It's just been like a captive spot. You know what I'm saying? And you just have to learn to maneuver it. I had the pleasure of being on Indigo's platform the other day, and they were talking about. They brought up the labyrinth. Well, that's all America is to me. A fucking labyrinth that I have to maneuver me and my family through in order for us to make it. Because this shit here, this shit that's brewing now, from the 6th to the 20th right now, is a bunch of bullshit that's gonna be in history forever, and my children have to live through that bullshit. And I am now gonna have to be on the front line, man, because this shit is affecting my family too. But hey, for all the people
we
across
fucking
the country,
no man,
and all the people across the globe who are listening to this, guess what? This is America. This is what Black Americans face. Despite whatever you may hear, we face a whole different type of thing here. And it's not just one thing like racism, but it's classism as well. It's systematic racism.
A lot of
so don't just know that when you come to America and try to get that dream, that American dream, the bullshit and the nightmares come along with that too. It's a package deal.
That's what it is. Like exactly what you said. A motherfucking dream. That's what they said. A dream and a beautiful nightmare.
I don't know what to do when besides defend, because I've seen so many things that we are supposed to be suppressed by. Like I don't follow suppression. I just don't, because it's a whole nother mindset to have to follow suppression of something else that's less than you. And yes, I do mean anybody with a fucking racist mindset is less than me. You're less than I am. You're a fucking piece of trash compared to me. So I don't even worry about that.
I look at what has been going on in the past few years in America, or this place, this country, whatever we want to call it now. And when I became a mom, my whole demeanor changed. I became more aggressive because I wanted to be sure I would defend not only myself, but my child at all costs. So anywhere I go, you with that shit, while I'm trying to save mine, you will get hurt. And that's just what it is. I don't care who you root for. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who you pray for. I don't care about any of that. The way things are looking now, I have my mindset has changed to where I will defend mine at all costs. And I have to go back to what my dad has taught me. I have to go back to all the other things I've learned about self-defense. And I'm not playing with people. You know, not that I'm out there picking fights, but it's just one of those. I want my child to make it. You know,
well, so you know, we can beg and plead all day about that, but I'm not going to do all that about, you know. We have an old adage of Black people: don't start no shit, won't be no shit. And it's very simple for us. We're sitting back because we know the bullshit is just around the corner for us. Again, I'm gonna reiterate that. We already know when they're done with the election and who they're gonna just accept who's what, our bullshit is coming. The question is gonna be, are you prepared? Because again, this is fucking America. This is America. This is America you know and love that you gotta deal with. And we've known the bullshit. I'm gonna use Miss Fundy's feed word. The dickery is coming. The dickery and the dick around is coming. You better believe it. So I'm gonna let that roll. We almost at our 2-hour mark. So with anybody got closing words before we go ahead, and then also you can play the music on the way out if you need to, Miss Whitsdom. Thank y'all for my closing words. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for actually interacting. Always tune in. We try to send out do a show a week, but if not, something we just let build up for the suspense. We love y'all. Oh, go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say,
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I thought I was still on mute, but I appreciate y'all for inviting me in. I would like to contribute more, but just want to stay up on topic, and we can talk offline about a few more issues, and maybe a topic that really should be brought to the light of the Black community, of community of all colors, you know. But
I'm with it.
One thing I want to leave people with, you know, I really want to leave people with, and I keep hearing, you know, and seeing memes. This ain't our fight. I'm like, nah, this is our fight. You know, it's just as much our fight as anybody else, as democracy, our own livelihood. Because right now we just can't currently, you know, take a whole part of some part of this country and succeed from the rest of it. So you know what I'm saying? This is all melting pot, shithole, however the hell you want to call it. So we got to find better ways, you know, to navigate through this system, you know, that will benefit us and our future generations. Because like you said, hell, when you became a mom, you really had to think about stuff like that. Me being a father myself, you know, trying to get my kids to information over to my children that is digestible to them is one of my biggest things I'm trying to get done right now. So they don't fall for that trickery and that foolishness that was bestowed upon people before us, and I ain't gonna say brainwashed, but you know, people of all age and generation. And on that note, I want to read you something real quick, and hopefully it touch home to you guys and the people that are listening. But it's from let me pull it up here. It's go right here. Here we go. I can't pronounce the author's last name, but I'm gonna read it to you, and I'm gonna send it to both of you guys right here. And it was this what was written. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. But then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. Now I'm gonna leave y'all on that note.
Okay.
I just want to say that
Thank you.
what I want to say is, hey, stay woke, stay safe, especially in those states that they're doing all that rioting in. There's not an open carry, you know. Be smart, stay away from these people. Protect yourself at all costs. You know what I'm saying? Hell, you don't let nobody do nothing to you that you wouldn't do to nobody else. So that's all I'm gonna leave you on.
Thank y'all so much. I love those comments, man. We just really,
thank you.
it's not really for us. It's in the YouTube world. We like the views. We like to talk to people because for us, it's therapy. Y'all can help us learn. It's always a learning experience for us. So if we say something blatantly wrong to you, trust me, we have no problem with y'all hopping on panel to correct us because we know we don't know everything, and teaching and learning go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? So we're always down, and we ain't worried about who the fuck gives a fuck about anything because we don't censor shit here. So we'll get into a little more topics. And yes, Master Fee, I need to speak to you offline ASAP because I got a special show for you. I want to do with you.
Well, I have some closing words. One, I cannot get the music loaded up in time, so oops, sorry on that. My closing words are, like Mr. Reason said, stay woke. Also, pay attention to what's going on to your surroundings. And yes, please step outside and get some sun. Whether the Rona is here or not, you should get some sun in your life anyway. There's nothing wrong with stepping outside for a good 10 minutes and soaking the sun. And wear a mask. What did he say? Wear a mask. Wear a mask.
And don't forget to research on your own. You know, I just like giving y'all pointers to go research HR 748. Research that when it comes to modern medicine. Rockefeller, how he changed modern medicine from self-healing. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Yeah,
if you don't
we
know
understand the
history,
conspiracy
you
behind
easily
that, but
done.
we good. Fuck him. Rockefeller, Rockadoo, Rockaboo.
No. You so silly. But hey, if you want to plead your case, because look, you got to have ammunition when it comes to when you're doing something. Because just saying stuff off the end, I was always told you can say what you want, but if you don't have that documentation to back it up, you got nothing. So if you want to make a case for natural and herbal healings, you got to know how they changed and where they came from. So
That's a whole nother conversation, because in that community, when we do our healings, that we understand is working, you know, because we don't have a head. We like Hydra. We don't have a head. That'll get messy.
Right.
So I'll never make a case like that, because that's too great of a burden for me to bear. But we know when
hey, Hydra and MAGA, they didn't infiltrated the structure. Doggone hell, there it is. That's MAGA, Hydra.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's Hydra.
Ding ding.
Now you got it. Enlightenment. We love y'all. Tune in next week for our next show, and it's probably gonna be a doozy. So
And
I ain't gonna.
be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate your support. Thank you for being down for us. And I found a song. Bang bang. Okay.
Oh, it finally showed up. Okay.
Yeah, we good.
Take us out.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
It's IWE. And I was raised with essence. I was raised with essence.
I get in my feelings when I think about the pain. I'm pouring on this track, I got a lot inside my brain. Asking God to save me cause the reaper want my soul. I get out my body, especially when I'm on the road. Especially when I'm on a fighting these demons in my dreams till I wake. So Lord, just lay me down before I sleep, my soul to take. Morning sunlight with these niggas on my back. Tryna take my life for a buzz in a sack. It's never safe when you fighting these demons. Reaper trailing me, I wanna wake them up cause I'm dreaming. So I pull out with all my blessings like a Glock with a beam. And no sudden moves so they would shoot us like a movie, they screening. Have them fiending, tryna take me for my soul. But they will never take me until I'm bloody, dead and gone. So it's on now, and you know that we stay poppin'. It's a war in the streets, bodies dropping. Love is like an addiction to a drug without a needle. It starts to kill slowly on the inside of my people. Take away my pride like death, the Grim Reaper. I'm just a lost soul in the way the soul keeper. Shatter all my dreams and put them in the pine box. Betrayal and deception, that's where all the love stops. Open up your eyes and go ahead and face reality. You thought it was a dream, but it's more than a mentality. Haters try to break me, cause they're the devil's prodigy. And then they try to mold me like a woman doing pottery. Take away my spirit like a thief of fatal robbery. I'm lost in the world, come and find me archaeology. Ain't it ironic? You was smoking that chronic, became a victim of the system. Now your mind is hypnotic, foreign anxieties. We just popping, ain't nobody gonna stop it. Body dropping that AK monster, and we hanging with Rasta. Have you leaking on the streets and leave you hanging like possum? Now we go back to the mainstream, where your people selling rocks to the crack fiends. And ain't nobody gonna pop, cause I'm Black G. It's back to the flat screens. I never live this life again. I was born in it, baby, yeah, life of sin. But I win and I will prevail to see the death in jail. So I inhale and hope these words mean well. I get in my feelings when I think about the pain. I'm pouring on this track, I got a lot inside my brain. Asking God to save me cause the reaper want my soul. I get out my body, especially when I'm on the road. Especially when I'm on the road.
Yeah. Y'all know I'm coming harder than this next time. But I just wanna give y'all my pain. A lot of essence. And everything I do.